Morning to you. You are watching Signature Morning, coming to you live on Signature TV. Today is Tuesday, the 4th day of November 2025. Lillian, good morning.
Good morning, Ute. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you, but I'm a bit worried, because we're seeing that the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors have begun their nationwide industrial action, their strike. And, this has come after months of talks and demands, which, of course, once again, have been unmet by the federal government. It's quite worrisome, don't you think?
It is worrisome, but this particular issue has gone over the years. I mean, I think they gave 30 days ultimatum, and then the government dished out 11.9 billion naira to them, and now they are saying no to the payout, and patients are being discharged. Patients are stranded. I think that is the most concerning thing there. Strike or no strike, they are patients. And how many doctors do we even have in Nigeria for them to be going on strike that much, and for the government not to be implementing all the promises or meeting their demands?
Yeah, I think it's just the same endless cycle with ASU as well. Just like the same issue, they go on strike
upon strike.
I really don't understand what's going on. But I can't wait for the day when all these issues will come to an end, hopefully, in the nearest future. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I am Uchenna Chimdi Oluoha.
And I am Lilian Wali. Give us a moment. It's time for our newspaper headline and review. On the Punch newspaper, we are saying governors battle Wike as PDP factions jostle for control. Policio PDP headquarters, Wike back chair moves in. Damagun block fumes, tension ahead convention.
Tinubu moves to appoint new ambassadors amid U.S. tension. President meets Tugger today. U.S. FG officials deepen talks. And on page 18, Diri joins APC, tags PDP sinking ship.
Gov poll, Amopiton visits Anambra, parties sign peace accord. And OPS Labour rejects 20,000 naira note.
NDLEA discovers new cannabis variant, California loud, in Lagos. Fresh travel tax scheme worth $1 billion spark protests.
And on the Nigerian Tribune newspaper, we're seeing PDP crisis. Anyanwu's faction takes over National Secretariat. I have resumed today as acting chairman, says Abdurrahim, as police shot party office.
Stay away from Anambra election. IGP warns IPOB, ESN, others. 6 parties sign peace accord. 2.8 million in voter register, INEC chairman. Vote according to your conscience, Obi of Onitsha charges electorates.
Also on the Nigerian Tribune, we are seeing FG releases 50 exemptions, reliefs under new tax reform laws, and 15% petroleum tax. Premature import restrictions may lead to supply shortage, higher pump prices, LCCI warns.
On page 4, NSA service chiefs meet over Trump's stance on Nigeria. Pursue diplomatic solution, Obi tells federal government. U.S. claim reflection of incorrect intelligence. This is from NOA. ADC kicks against U.S. military threat. Adeleke seeks peaceful engagement between Nigeria, U.S. Afenifere calls on Nigerians to unite against foreign intervention. Opposition behind face-off, Wike.
And troops kill 19 bandits, fall incursion into Shanano local government in Kano. Africa loses $135 billion annually to lead poisoning, says WHO.
Now to the Vanguard newspaper. Anambra, INEC vows enhanced results management. Credible poll. IGP warns IPOB, ESN against disruptions. Security men shot PDP secretariat amid escalating tensions.
Trump, NSA service chiefs meet as U.S. president intensifies threat. Ground operation airstrikes could be part of U.S. attack in Nigeria, says Trump. Chad shuts border with Nigeria. U.S. designation consequence of incompetence, says Obi. Governor Adeleke seeks diplomatic solution. Tinubu must not allow foreign military humanitarian intervention, says Afenifere. ADC blames Tinubu for Nigeria's blacklisting. Trump's threat of military action could stoke more violence, erode investor confidence, says experts.
Pension fund investments in FG securities rise 18.1% to 15.8 trillion naira. NARD faults FG's welfare claims, demands truth over fiction.
Shake-up as Navy redeploys 65 rear admirals. And on page 9, 2027, after Ekiti, APC stakeholders mill consensus option.
Now to the Daily Trust newspaper. We have on page 5, pro-Wike NWC faction takes over PDP secretariat. Parties, voters reject Niger LG poll. Bagos convoy attacked.
At $1,422, Naira records highest gain in October, and parties, voters reject Niger LG poll. Bagos convoy attacked.
19 bandits killed in Kano as border attacks escalate. Strike, Tinubu orders immediate resolution.
Nigerian stocks shared 244.9 billion naira amid Trump's threat. And pregnancy cases on the rise in Bono IDP camps.
Now we're done with our newspaper headlines this morning, and now over to our review. As always, we have Chris Maduka in the studio this morning. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Lilian.
Good morning, Chris.
And good morning, the people of the world, from wherever you join us to watch us, to listen to newspaper headline review today on Signature TV. Welcome.
Now, on the Punch newspaper, we are seeing a whole lot of things. We are seeing Tinubu moves to appoint new ambassadors amid U.S. tension, and Govs battle Wike as PDP faction jostle for control, and Mopiton visits Anambra, party signed peace accord. You can pick.
You are reeling out a number of things. Let's take it one by one.
And let's take governors battle Wike as PDP faction jostle for control. I don't know when you say governors battle Wike as PDP faction jostle for control. I've always used this allusion. If the giant is on the ground and you've not succeeded in even pinching the giant, is it when the giant stands up that you will do whatever you think you can do to the giant? Even Wike boasted that he's going to deal with PDP and deal with PDP to the point he has followed up his threats, making it good. Then he has succeeded. All these governors, where are the governors who are battling now, when almost half of them are joined the APC? Where are the governors? What are they battling for? What is left of PDP to battle for? Anyway, you remember the story of the tortoise and the wife. Tortoise said, I know my wife will always beat me to pulp whenever there's a fight, but I will have to put up a struggle so that, and then even if it means scratching the ground. So when people come, they say, tortoise has struggled. Probably that's the battle of the governors. Wike faction has taken over the secretariat. Wike faction has installed the acting chairman. Wike faction will eventually take a national working committee. What I do not know, whether Wike faction will conduct a national congress, which eventually they succeed, they might postpone it and they organize their own congress. But the fact is, as we are talking this morning, from all the facts on our headlines, that Wike has taken control of PDP. I wonder why it's still PDP. Why not the WDP or WDP? It sounds funny, but so because all has surrounded Wike and the whole PDP. But I said it. We are not here. I'm not part of PDP. I don't know how they started, but evidences available said there must be something that made Wike believe that he will he will make sure that PDP pays for whatever the offense they've committed against him. Well, this is not time to say why not forgive them. It depends what you are asking somebody for forgiveness. What is there to forgive? Is this something he can forgive? Because my father said, Okulu Chezo, the man who spoke, you can forget, but the person told, we always remember. That is the case here, or what we can make out, because we do not even know what the fight is all about. So that's about it. And then, one interesting thing is Amopito visit Anambra.
Yes, party signed.
Is he going to stay true, or he just have a visiting ceremonial peace accord being signed? Incidentally, since the former military administrator of Nigeria retired, Abdul Salam, headed that group that always move to make sure parties in any Nigerian election sign peace accord. This has become a ritual. Everywhere, accord is signed. But we did not make out what the accord is for. The people who sign and the people who fail to sign, they still get into the accord said you can snatch ballot boxes, kill people, rig election. Is it not part of the accord? Is it that we obey INEC rule, play to the rule? I don't know what useless accord. They keep signing since the days of Jonathan till today. We sign accord as a ceremony. And the government of Anambra State would have spent money organizing accord that Kuka and his group has brought. Because he's the main celebrant. At the end of it all, you watch. Signature TV is there. They're going to monitor election. You will see report of where election did not hold. Amopito has been there now watching. Did he sign that the election will hold in all the polling booths in Anambra? The police, did they sign that it will be non-partisan? So when you people who are harmless are signing, the people that make election not to hold in Nigeria are not part of the accord. Why are we signing useless accord when we know the result already? As far as I'm concerned, the accord since the days of Jonathan. All the parties everywhere accord. The ceremony there, we saw Soludo hugging Nicholas Okachukwu in a broad daylight. Did he get anywhere? Is it not for ceremony? Have they dropped? Did the Soludo withdraw what he said about Okachukwu there? Did he apologize? They sat down there. My father told me a story of where they are trying to advise a young thief. A young thief. They were being advised, stop thieving yam. But in his mind, he was busy carving, you know what they call the mbazu. Mbazu is what the local tool the Igbos used to harvest yam. But in his heart, he's just carving what we used to go and steal. So the Nigerian politicians signed a political accord. Where people gather to see them and we make a ceremony of accord. In their hearts, they're planning rigging. They're planning who will go and carry boxes to them. They've armed dogs who will go and kill and maim and intimidate people. Police should have been, they will make a accord. Police will sign non-parties and they will sign. Everybody in the party, in the line of election in Nigeria should sign the accord and the document should be made public. Because it's just waste of resources. I will do ceremony to the click lights of television and radio. It doesn't go anywhere. We have not seen it. In as much as those documents are signed and kept, nobody has called it up. It should be part of what comes in court. When there are evidences that are rigging, it says you sign to follow the rules. It's not that sign. What is accord? Accord is that we have a rule. Let all play to the rule, everybody, both head and... But here, in Nigeria, the system has given the incumbent some unusual power. So it's fight upon equal.
Now we're seeing Tinubu moves to appoint new ambassadors amid U.S. tensions.
Well, what is more important, there are two taglines. New ambassadors
U.S. tension. We knew ambassadors doused U.S. tension. New ambassadors, tension has come. Tension has been created. The threat has been given. And we have an ambassador even from the country that the tension is coming from. So appointing new ambassadors across the world, has it stopped the tension that come up with Trump's? From the point our president is operating, I know the view is clearer. He knows what to do. But a lot of people from what we have read today in the headlines are advising critical diplomatic move for those who know the meaning. Some are saying, bring it on. And I laughed. Some of the people that say bring it on are Fani Kayode, FK, whatever he is. Even the strong man of Mendy is also saying, let the US come for war. But US has not called for war against Nigerians. US said, whatever is threat against Christians in Nigeria are interested in fighting it. And then, like Nigeria will say, when the storm climbs up, all the breakables under are afraid. Now they know what the attention is, because unless we do not understand what the US government is saying about Nigeria. If what they are saying is that whatever is killing Christians, we are interested in stopping it, and we are going to move beyond advice. We are even going to move physically. So let all who have contributed to killing Christians, because if your hands are, like I said yesterday, if you did not remove the bitterness from bitter leaf, your hands will not taste bitter. If you did not remove ukwa from ukwa, your hands will not be slimy. Onye api ukwa aka na anu ya mba. Onye ahoho onumu aka na enu mba. Those who, whatever any man sow, let him reap. Because I think some people said the soul and the blood of innocent Nigerians who have continually died, even as we are talking today, continually died for useless reasons, just because they are Nigerians, or whatever people profile them to kill them, which is not acceptable. I don't even care, because people are narrowing down the narrative, and I keep sitting here to say, no blood of a Nigerian should be wasted. Whether you are an atheist or, but some people who narrow down are just trying to distract us. People are dying in Nigeria, whoever they are, and America said that has become made Nigeria country of particular concern. That was the first move. And then people who walk around here talking from both sides of their mouth are not advising the president on what to do. They're just trying to hit all the tension. The people who are pushing further for issues are the people who are benefiting from the crisis that affected with blood money in Nigeria. Those are the ones who, when somebody says, I want to assist you to solve a problem, they say, hey. Has Trump said, has he started bombing Nigeria? Has he sent the troops? Has he? But this is the time Nigeria will say, welcome, let us plan whatever you're going to do. Let's make sure that innocent ones do not continue to die in Nigeria. Instead of making it politics, talking from both sides, that they know. But as far as I know, Christians have died in Nigeria, Muslims have died, African traditional religionists people have died, atheists have died, and they are Nigerians. Whatever will make us to stop Nigerians from dying, we are in support. Whatever they profile it, that is their business. And the stories, that's the essence of democracy. People can interpret moves from their own point. But when eventually majority will come together and then take their decision.
All right. Now on the Vanguard newspaper, we're saying shake up as Navy redeploy 65 rear admirals. That's
it. That's a Navy policy, and they have done. It's just for our information. Nobody need to review what Nigerian Navy have done. From their point of view, they need to review. And just like the president has appointed new service chiefs, he had reason to do that, and we are looking for results. Even when we say whatever we are looking for at the bottom of a plate, a plate of soup. When you see people dipping deep, they're either looking for fish or meat. So what we are looking for in appointment, shake up everywhere, both Navy, Air Force, is security in Nigeria. Where even with hunger and hardship, we can still walk the street and come back to our houses alive. The way it is going. Some people think they are cocoon, so they talk from far. It's talk about them. But soon, everybody, what comes around will go around. And that's my prayer, because until he does that, if it doesn't get worse, it can't get better. Until everybody face what every Nigerian face, nobody will talk about it, because we can sit down and discuss Natasha returning to the Senate, and then we talk. When people are dying, whole villages are being occupied, people are paying tax to bandits and terrorists, and Nigeria, some people, the little one we have, are shared among them in the cocoon of their comfort zones in National Assembly, not discussing this. I'm not wishing anybody evil, but I know I'm crying for the majority of 240 million Nigerians who, as we talk today, all of them step out, none of them will return. Not just because they died natural death, because some people have targeted them to be killed and nothing is being done. Or that all what is being done has not been enough to match the way we are dying. So that's my concern. So welcome to all shake-ups. All shake-ups, as far as leading us to security, we support.
Okay, now on the Daily Trust, we're seeing pregnancy cases on the rise in Borno IDP camps.
What would you expect? Is this not the first time on this desk we are talking about IDP becoming... Let it not be. Let it not be. Because in Nigeria, anything can happen. And let me shout here, let it not be that IDP camps have become child factories. For those who have put Nigerians there, these are villagers who their duty, they're energetic and resilient, happy Nigerians, living in their own communities, going to farm, bringing out food, even if they are not the one they eat for themselves. And the excess they put in the local market, people go and buy. Now, some of them in Nigeria, some Nigerian religion and culture support the marriage of about 5, 4 wives, 20. Some farming communities, some of them marry up to 20 wives. Then imagine such communities moved into IDP camps. For how many years? We are waiting for USAID, America, to be sending aids. Now suddenly, the aids have caught because Trump said, I do not understand what USAID has been doing with all these young years of aids to developing nations. It's being reviewed. Now, the little UNICEF and other United Nations agencies we do is not enough. For the number of IDP camps in Nigeria and the number of people they are holding, can you imagine people who walk around by themselves have not been able to buy fuel, have not been able to transport themselves or go to a market to buy ewa and agbado? And that is the people you cocoon and put in one place. In absence of any other thing to do, the men, a few of them that are in the camps, become sex machine and start making babies. So it's advisable. In absence of, people said, those who do not have more jobs, then first, there must be something. So making babies is another job for those they have kept there. Even the women, when it's so bored and you don't know what else to do, you start telling somebody. After all, it's in Nigeria, we find somebody saying, come and make me happy. So when they start to idle there, you know, the men would look at the women and say, come and make us happy. At least something must make them happy. And the result is those children brought to the world to suffer. How can somebody live in ID camp for 6 years, everything you cook and set up there and start making babies there? When these babies come up, what you say is what you tell them is their citizenship. Their citizenship, a citizen of IDP. Because the issues are coming. Imagine the number of Nigerians born in IDP camps. When their villages have been taken over, some of them can't go back. And when America talks, Nigeria say they're talking from this side. I thought that when somebody says, I'm coming to help you solve your problem, you say, thank you, let's sit down and talk how you're going to help me. Because, remember, nobody helps you where it doesn't have interest. If America is coming to help Nigeria, we are not ruling out that America does not have interest in Nigeria. That's one, but we have to make sure their interest is not more than what, their interest is not more than what we can handle. After all, we have been, at least, somebody said where a woman wants to be befriended, and you come and say, I will marry you, they make a marriage proposal. It will be what the Cameroonians call d'accord. So, if we are just struggling to solve our insecurity problem, and a big brother like America said, I am coming into help, it should have been a welcome development on the first value. But then you now say, how are you going to come now so that we prepare? It will be discussed instead of people talking from all sides because we don't know whether these people, in rain making, is either you are bringing down rain or you are pursuing rain. We don't know which one they're into. Are they pursuing rain or are they making rain? Because there must be something. Among all those who are against what America has told Nigeria, it's either they are pursuing the rain or they are sending down the rain. And if there are part of people sending down the rain, they should be rounded up among what the people we give America as. They also call citizens of particular concern. So it's still said CPC. So some of those citizens who are against what America has told Nigeria are citizens of particular concern. And America, we are telling you people, watch them. Because if you see a man pounding fufu with a bag strapped across his chest, watch that man closely. If he doesn't mean that after pounding the yam, he put the fufu, he put it in the bag, we don't know. But there must be a reason for striking a bag across your chest and pounding fufu.
All right, Chris Maduka.
We don't want to be citizens of particular concern.
If you tear up fufu, you may have fufu. I am not a citizen of particular concern.
Neither.
Okay, Chris, I think
we'll
wrap it up here now. So, what are your final words?
Well, my final words are usual. God bless you for having, accommodated me. So everybody will pray that this man will just do this and get away. He keep shouting every morning. I do that out of passion for my country, Nigeria, because it's only those you love you scold. I'm scolding Nigeria, my country, because I wish nostalgically that Nigeria will come back the Nigeria I grew up to know. So God bless you for being part of this show. God bless my grown-up angels. God bless Signature TV crew. Come on with us. Join us on our social media and direct to home channel 265 SLTV.
All right.
We are going somewhere. And when we reach there, God bless you. But remember, God blessing amen for those who deserve to be blessed.
All right, Chris, we are going somewhere. A very big thank you for joining us in the studio for that newspaper headline and review. Now, we will take a short break. When we return. Signature Morning continues.